generous introduction. First of all, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Anyone you don't celebrate, that's good. Let me give you, first of all, a little bit background about this subject. I was taking a course in FAU, and I thought maybe with the concept of giving back, I'll share some great insight about my self-leadership. And maybe there are some of you might have those traits, you can take a benefit out of it. And you know, there is always a room for improvement. And that's the good thing about the leadership. So this is the subject I was work on. I work individual leadership development plan. There is a summary of the individual development plan, what I observed, reflected, and learned, my mentors, my stakeholders, and one of the articles, it's a really, really good article. I would share a little bit of a summary, maybe read a little bit so that you can get it. And then plan to continue this individual development plan and final comments and observations. As you can see, two people are sharing each other. Kind of very interesting. So there are a couple of initial testing I did. You don't have to worry about those technical terms. I will not go over the very technical. But it helps you find out what characteristics you might have, and in some of your traits you need a little bit stretching. As I said, there is always room for improvement. So some of you are perfectionists, some of you are drivers, some of you are activists, some of you are thinkers, some of you are artists, entertainers, arbitrators. So these are 4 or 5 activities I was assessed, and I think these are 4 characteristics which logical processor, how people decide something they wanted to do, how they relate to each other, and then how they react to something. So basically it's talking about your mind, heart, and gut relationship. You know, so all these 3 things when you combine, it's a very powerful combination. So at this, I find out that I'm those red and blue and colors that I have certain traits I need to work on, which was I need to help a lot. Means helping your family, helping your community, helping your surroundings. Because if you help a lot, you learn a lot of other skills. And also work on my the arbiter skills, like decide, make a decision. You know, so what to do something right away, what needs to be get done. This is very interesting picture, if you can see. And in the room, how many are scientists and engineers? Oh, okay. So if you see, this is mostly the scientists, engineers, they lack. They need to go a little bit stretch there for hypothetical analyzer. So they have to hypothetically think about something and decide what they want to make a decision on it. So maybe that's probably a thing for you guys to work on, to analyze things with a hypothetical thing. So I got a gift of being a relational innovator. Toastmaster helps you a lot to relate to each other, help each other a lot, you know, with your family, your friends. Don't disconnect from them, connect with them, you know. Facebook is one of the best tools to have that relation, your family, your friends, your coworkers, how they do things, and you get inspiration. But you have certain limits too, you know, you don't share things, 500 people, the thing, you know, you don't. The logical processor, how many of you are programmers or in the computers? Oh, okay. So you might have more strength in this side compared to probably this side, right? So you can see people have different tendencies and different their strengths. So very interesting. The next one, very interesting, is the Strategic Tactical Leadership Index. So you can see some people are very, need communication skills. That's why we are in Toastmaster, right? So we're trying to improve our communication skills so that we can get better. Strategic thinker, decision making. some of you might be here, some are like me, like here, or some of you might be team leadership, amazing leaders here who are very, very team oriented, so they might have score here. Change, the change is like a constant changes in the environment, changes in the weather patterns, the changes in policies. Some of you are very good at it, and some of you don't. So these are the strengths I figure out I have with a certain range. When you say strength, doesn't mean it should be here, that's your strength. Maybe some of your traits are very good at 1 or 2, and then you stretch a little bit, maybe 1 step or 2 steps at a time. So I have a relational leadership style, which is still needs some improvement, but these are, I have some fears, I have some motivations, my greatest irritations, or my greatest potential strengths. So you might have some of these, and then you can go over there. It's a very interesting picture. You can see some is trying to protect. So I did my STLI story, and I figured out how I was relating to the people. How, if I come to you in the last minute and things are not prepared, there's a less likely chance things are going to work out very well, right? But if you have a plan enough, work hard enough, you can get what you want. But you got to share your plan with people. If you don't share your plan, there's a very less likely chance it's going to be successful. Communication earlier might be the best thing to improve on. So this is the needs I figured out. I could improve my helper skills. And then I could improve my positive thinking. The grass is greener over there. The sun is shining. Lights, positive thinking. So that's probably need to work. And then my mentor was a very good guy. He's a top 50 thinker in the United States. He really pulled me out of my cage. So okay, you have to do this thing. You're a perfectionist. You are very good at this. So he always gives you feed forward rather than feedback. Rather than you didn't do this thing good, or you didn't give a positive feed forward to the person so that he's inspired and wanted to do things. So I share my my results with my teammates, and I think some of them give me very good positive feedback. Some were hesitant to share because they didn't want me to step back and don't do things. So that was really good. That's the coaching process. I don't want to go into this detail. This is a very good article. Clayton Christensen. How many of you know that person? Oh, okay. So one of the story he was sharing, he said, I would like to share a story about how I came to understand the potential damage of just this once in my life. He said, I played on Oxford University basketball team. So we worked our tails off and finished the season undefeated. The guys on the team were the best friends I have ever had in my life. We got to the British equivalent of the NCAA tournament and made it to the Final Four. It turned out the championship game was scheduled to be played on Sunday. I made a personal commitment to God at age 16. I would never play ball on Sunday. So I went to the coach and explained my problem. He was incredulous. My teammates were too, because I was the starting center. Every one of the guys on the team came to me and said, you have got to play. Can't you break the rule just this for one time? So I said, I'm deeply a religious man. So I went away and prayed about what I should do. I got a very clear feeling that I shouldn't break my commitment. So I didn't play in the championship game. So in many ways, that was a small decision involving one of the several thousand Sundays in my life. In theory, surely I could have crossed over the line just that one time. and then not done it again. But looking back on it, resisting the temptation, whose logic was in this extenuating circumstance, just this once, it's okay, has proven to be one of the most important decisions of my life. Why? My life has been one unending stream of extenuating circumstances. Had I crossed the line that one time, I would have done it over and over in the years that followed. So the lesson learned from this is that it's easier to hold your principle 100% of time.
That's
than
agreed.
49%.